researchers followed 567 cardiac arrests across 25 hospitals. Only 53 patients survived, and 28 were healthy enough to be interviewed. 11 of those 28 remembered something connected to the cardiac arrest. 6 described full near-death experiences, leaving their bodies, traveling somewhere else, reliving their lives, and feeling like they had reached home before being brought back.
It's incredible.
And it gets even more interesting. But here's the part that changes everything. Some patients showed organized brain activity as late as 35 to 60 minutes into CPR. And some reports are even harder to explain. Patients have described vivid and occasional accurate events from periods when their brain activity was absent. So
That's amazing.
The current scientific position on consciousness is that it's somehow formulated by our brain.
I think it's less now, though, right?
There's no way anybody who's realistic could claim that nowadays.
So, you know what's incredible about this? I always thought, well, of course, in our brain, that's where all our consciousness and thoughts are going on. And I think it's because we're taught that, right?
Yeah.
Do you know that in ancient Egypt, they thought the heart was the source of thoughts.
So cardiac arrest is the stopping of beating of your heart.
Yeah.
So if you're in a cardiac arrest, you're like pretty much dead. You could still have brain activity, but it goes even further than that. So people have had experiences and memories and been able to articulate what was going on, even in the room, like even here on Earth,
Right.
not just outside, like having a near-death experience where you're going to meet God or you're in heaven or an afterlife type place. People have even been able to experience and see what's going on around here. So what does that say about where your memories are stored if your brain is inactive,
Right.
unable to work, and then you are able to still remember what's going on?
I think your brain has something to do with it, but obviously there's way more going on here.
It seems like your brain's almost like the harness for consciousness, like it's like where it lives in. Maybe we're completely wrong by that, though. Maybe that's just because we've been taught that that's what creates consciousness,
Yes.
is what our brain is doing.
What about patients who have had part of their brain removed and should not have been really the same afterwards, but they are the same? They can still think, they can still reason. What is that? Because they shouldn't be able to if they have part of their brain removed.
See, that's interesting because there's also, I think there's also people who have had parts of their brain removed who are a little bit different, or there's like memories that are lost. So it's such a weird concept, but to say that the brain is fully responsible for consciousness, you'd have to be a fool to believe that nowadays.
No.
Like with the evidence that people have from different studies and different experiences, like there's no way that could be the case.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It makes me believe that we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg kind of thing. We're just, because we see and we hear and everything is around our head, that we feel like we're in our head, but there's way more. What about people who have gut instincts? What is that? I don't even know why I feel this way, but I kind of know something about this person, or I can judge that there's something going on here that's not quite right, that kind of thing. And you're not consciously thinking about it, but you have, well, they say you feel it in your gut.
Yeah. Or also, like, how does it translate through different living organisms? Like dogs have a sense of consciousness. They have a sort of consciousness, and they've got an extra gut feeling that humans don't have. They can actually understand, or like they can tell when somebody's not right.
Remember Coda?
Yeah.
She was like, there were some people she just did not like.
Yeah.
And she was scary if she didn't like you. But uh, she would come and look at me, and I know we had a connection. I
Yeah.
know it was like looking at you practically, although
Hmm.
you're a human, but but I could tell. And I could tell it when she wanted to tell me something, and then I had to kind of guess, and then I'd get it right eventually. But it was consciousness. She had it. I know.
Yeah. So, but what is developing that, and is it completely separate from our bodies? I don't think it's completely separate from our bodies. I think that there's a sense that our brains do help with things, but that can lead us into our next topic as well.
But the thing is, when you die, that consciousness doesn't go away.
Yeah. And in fact, from all the near-death experiences I've had, it only increases.
It
It's
it
like our bodies are only a limiter of our consciousness, and then once we die, it expands, and there's more. People describe having way more senses.
yes.
They can smell sound or hear colors or different things of that sort.
You know, there's I forget the name of it, but some people when they listen to music see colors.
Hmm.
Different notes represent certain colors to them. Now, green, and it's all because vibrations, right? So, green, I forget what the number of vibrations is, but A, if you play an A note, if you go up the harmonic series and keep doubling it, it will turn into the frequency that's green. And some people, they have this
Color.
uncanny ability to be able to see notes as colors.
So, do you think that's part of their brains? Like, if you studied their brain, maybe that we could actually figure that out.
Yeah, it's just like people with perfect pitch. Like some people, they're gifted with this, and also maybe they were taught it as a child. They say you can't learn it as an adult, but it's something that's I don't even know what it is. How do people have that, or how do people see notes? I don't know.